dispatched to a possible unattended death across from apartment number 7. Upon my arrival, I approached apartment number 8, which is across from number 7, where the door was cracked open a little bit. I could hear a female crying inside. As I went to push the door open, it bumped something. I leaned in and saw a male subject covered in blood laying in the floor right at the door, and a female went over beside us. The female looked up at me and stated that she'd just come in and found him that way. I removed the female from the apartment and then went in and searched the rest.
Did you find anybody there?
No, I didn't. Once I cleared the apartment, I exited back out of the apartment. Went outside and started to look around outside the apartment to see if I could find anything outside.
Okay.
Once I was outside, I noticed some reddish-brown droppings on the concrete, so I started to look around outside.
Okay.
The reddish-brown stains went towards the parking lot area, out of the breezeway, but once I reached the steps, I couldn't find any other drops past the set of steps and went to an upstairs set of apartment.
Okay.
And then I went up the steps, and on my way up the steps, I noticed a couple of the drops of the reddish-brown. Once I got to the second level on the deck, I turned to my right where I saw another reddish-brown drop. I began to look around up there, and I saw another drop on the rug just outside the apartment. I think it was 12. Yes, she told me that Austin and Samuel had left earlier from the apartment.
Were you familiar with Austin?
I am familiar with Austin.
All right. At that point in time, I guess the other officers presumably are arriving, but at some point in time while you all are at the scene, does a pickup truck come back to the scene?
Yeah, we're there for a little bit, and a Dodge full-size truck pulls back into the parking lot, and I observed a male subject, which I know to be Austin, in the back, get out the back. Yeah, I approached Mr. Price. He was walking towards me. I walked up and put my hands on him, and I asked him, he asked me what was going on, and I told him that we was investigating a murder.
Okay.
And they didn't come to me.
All right. When you told him you were investigating the murder, did you observe anything about him at that time?
Mr. Price got a little nervous, and at that point I had him sit in the back of Detective Maddox, the truck car. A little bit. He got nervous, and I asked him where the Samuel boy was that left with him. He told me he was on 66 with a broke down car.
He was in like the Accomplice in the Rogersville Police Department with Officer Funk. He was crying, saying that he wanted to talk to him again, wanted to tell him the whole truth. On 3/16/13 at approximately 5:20 p.m., I, Austin Price, told Officer Funk that I wanted to talk to Agent Ferguson again and tell him the whole truth. Last night, after my uncle, aunt, and their kids went to bed, I started talking about robbing the maintenance man. I had heard people talking about guns that he had. I knew if I could get the guns, I could get money and then pills. I had a very bad pill problem and OD'd a few days ago. Wade did not want to do it at first, but I told him that I would do it myself if I had to. Finally, I got him to agree to go. Wade was going to cover the peephole, and I was going to bum rush the man. This was probably 1:30, 2 a.m. after everyone had went to sleep. I waited long enough for all of them to go to sleep. We went down the stairs. Wade covered the peephole, and I knocked on the door. The man answered the door, and I pushed him in. He latched onto my arm, and I started hitting him in the face. He was asking why. We fell on the couch, and the man started reaching under the couch cushions. Wade jumped on his back and started choking him. They were wrestling. I flipped the cushions, and there were 3 guns under there. Wade was yelling my name out. We had bandanas on our faces and our head and our hoods up. Wade started yelling that he knew who we were, and we had to off him. There was a knife in front of the TV. It was a collector-type knife. I threw it to Wade. Wade stabbed him like 3 times in the throat and chest. The guy started crawling towards the phone. I picked up the knife and started stabbing him. I know I stabbed him in the belly because stuff came out. I probably stabbed him 3 or 4 times. Wade was looking for a pole that we had used to bum rush the man with. The man moved a little, and I set the couch on him to keep him from moving. We got 3 guns, 2 Glock 40s, 45 auto, and extra clips. Billfold with $400 cash and a shotgun. We went behind the apartments and put our gloves and blade clothes into a mesh bag. We washed the clothes this morning. We went to the apartment. My uncle came out and told us to get our asses in bed because Melissa had to get up and go to work. Wade's boots were put in the trash at Walmart. I put my tennis shoes in the garbage at the gas station in front of TRW. We put the guns at the car wash this morning. The shotgun is at the apartments in some bushes. I threw the man's billfold in the creek near ACS probation. We spent about $50 at Walmart. We also ate at McDonald's on the way to Walmart. I put $80 in my little cousin's bank. It looks like a baby bottle. We gave my uncle $80. I also paid $40 for the O'Pannon in Bull's Gap. I bought it from Scooby or something like that. I wanted money to get pills. I did not plan on killing the man. Things got crazy and out of hand. Things went further than I wanted. I just planned on robbing the man. I thought one of us could hold him and the other one grab his shit and be gone. We felt we had to kill him because Wade kept yelling my name and he knew who we were. We wore disguises so he wouldn't know who we were. We did not plan on killing him. I am so sorry this happened. My aunt and uncle did not know we were going to leave to hide the evidence and get a pill. They did not know anything about this. I am sorry for the man and his family. If I could take it back, I would.
We had talked, Austin and I, about robbing Roger this morning, 2 to 3 a.m. Austin and I covered face with, I had a white cloth and Austin had a black cloth. Austin took the hammer from Ronnie Price's apartment. Austin put his fingers over the peephole of Roger's apartment, downstairs in the back on the right side. When Roger opened the door, Austin rushed in and started hitting Roger with the hammer. Roger and Austin were fighting, and I took Roger until he became calm. Roger had tried to get a gun under the cushion of the chair before I choked him. Roger had pulled Austin's cloth off his face. Austin said, "Roger knew too much." Then Austin picked up the knife and started stabbing Roger over and over. Austin had blood all over him. Austin took Roger's billfold, guns, 3 pistols. We left the apartment, went upstairs, and Austin cleaned the hammer up in Ronnie's apartment. I also went back downstairs wearing my boots, and that's how how the blood got dragged upstairs to Ronnie's apartment. We took the guns down to the car wash this morning after daylight, hid them in the up high. We then walked onto Walmart and bought 2 pairs of shoes. I threw my shoes in the trash can at Walmart on the boot side of Walmart. I hid the shotgun under the bush next to the apartments. Austin then threw his shoes away at the snow coat across from TRW. Austin's cousin drove us to Greenville to get some double pills. And that's when Austin's cousin was texting come home. Roger kept telling Austin he wouldn't say anything. I tried to get Austin to call 911, but Austin went to sleep after he had killed Roger. I washed the concrete off this morning where the blood was. Signed, Samuel W. Hirsch.